Sephora really said, you. Have you seen their new ad?
Since Mariah Carey and Sephora released that It's Time ad, openly mocking the working class of this country.
I'm out.
A new TikTok boycott just kicked off, and somehow this outrage is even dumber than last time. We're going to break down the TikTok boycott against Sephora that somehow, for some reason, involves Mariah Carey, plus so much more. On today's episode of the Brad vs. Everyone podcast, my daily show where we take on the craziest ideas from across the internet and social media, all from an independent political perspective. And up first, like I mentioned at the top, we got to check in with TikTok because the folks over there, in particularly this time, the woke women of TikTok, are not coping well because Sephora put out a holiday-themed ad featuring Mariah Carey and her famous Christmas song that has them crashing out, and I'm sorry, their tears are delicious. Like, it's just, the outrage is so dumb, so pointless, so hysterical, so absurd, I can't help but enjoy every second of it. First, though, I mean, this is making big news, so we've got media headlines like, why are people boycotting Sephora? What to know about controversial Mariah Carey ad in the Arizona Republic? And they report Mariah Carey released her annual November 1st social media post heralding the coming of Christmas, but this year's post, an ad for Sephora, has triggered an online backlash, with some saying it's out of touch with the current economic and political environment. I am disgusted by this ad, one commenter wrote on Instagram. Now, I'm just going to show you this ad. It might sound a little funny because I had to remove the background music for copyright reasons, but I'm just going to show you this horrific hate crime that was inflicted upon America by Sephora and Mariah Carey that is getting so much backlash, so you can see for yourself why it's so horrible and repressive. Listen to this.
Halloween slayed, but now it's time. Spill the tea. Who's the thief?
Busted! Bad news, Mariah Carey. The elves are striking this year. Elf revenge for putting us through holiday hell. Santa's helper quit. I'm pawning all this so I can afford elf therapy.
That's my blush, elf boy.
Your lipstick? I'm taking it. Christmas, it's canceled. No bells, no cheer, no glam. Bye, sweetie.
You can't cancel Christmas.
Any last words?
Yeah. It's
Can we not? Oh!
So that's right. Mariah Carey busted the elf strike by turning him into a snowman. This is all very serious and real and has intense political ramifications, apparently. I'm not kidding. This is it. This is the ad that has people crashing out on TikTok. We are talking millions of views, hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of likes on videos acting like they just did some sort of, I don't know, attack on the working class with this. A lot of this does come from more socialist leaning creators, and they're acting like this was somehow meant as some attempt to beat down the working class and enforce the rule of capitalism or other nonsense. I mean, I can't even really do them justice. The takes are so deranged here, so I'm just going to play you a compilation I made, and we'll discuss as we go along. Let's look at this now. But before I show you it, like, subscribe, comment, all that. Remember to send in your voicemails for our Voicemail Friday episodes, where I react to your woke horror stories, give you advice on your personal lives, and answer your questions. The link to send in one of those is in the description. And now let's look at people crashing out on TikTok, because that's what we do here, because y'all are a little sick like that and enjoy watching me suffer.
Sephora really said, you. Have you seen their new ad? It's the way.
I just love how we all just watched that ad and that person interpreted it as attack or an FU. Am I the crazy one, or did I just not? Personally, I didn't feel attacked by the elf jokingly being turned into a snowman after talking about going on to strike. Like, it's not that deep. It's a joke, babe, but they feel so attacked, and they are promising to never spend money on Sephora ever again.
New ad?
It's the way Sephora will never get another dime from me after that commercial. Like, girl, what are you doing?
And Sephora, this is one of the most tone-deaf advertisements we have seen in this entire year, and this includes the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle thing. I am a Sephora girly, but you want to pull this crap with me? Oh, honey, no.
I just have to pause. They're still acting like the Sydney Sweeney thing was unironically bad. Remember, this was the American Eagles jean commercial where this hot, blonde, blue-eyed actress or whatever was like, I have great jeans. I love my American Eagle jeans or whatever. And they were like, Nazi, eugenics. And they had like a multi-day mega viral meltdown about this on TikTok. And they're saying this is the most tone-deaf ad now that we've seen. So first you were triggered by jeans. Now you're triggered by elves. It's like none of this is that deep. And y'all sound ridiculous. They are getting so pressed over things that are so fundamentally inconsequential that I really just have a hard time understanding it. Elves aren't real, y'all. They didn't really break up a strike by like turning someone into a snow. First off, that would be kind of based regardless, but they are applying a layer of like serious Marxist analysis to this, as you'll hear in some more of these videos, that is just not called for because it was clearly meant as a joke and it's like a fictional scenario. I don't think they understand that people don't always literally make everything serious and analyze it in the most annoying way possible, the way that they do. I liked the commercial. I thought it was cute. Call me crazy. Call me evil villain. I don't know, robber baron if you want.
I don't like the fact that they villainized an elf that specifically has lines in the script where he's saying, we're striking because y'all put us through hell last season. And I'm taking this thing of yours to sell it to afford therapy in order to deal with the hell that y'all put us through. And then subsequently is turned into a snowman in response to that, to save Christmas. Like, what? Am I missing something? Like, what the
I just love it. She's taking this so serious. She's like, they villainized the elf. Bitch, it's an elf. It's a joke. It's a commercial. They villainized him. All he was doing was taking stuff that doesn't, you mean stealing. Yeah, they villainized the person who was robbing someone. Where are my pearls? Where are my smelling salts? I'm gonna faint at this horrific outrage. I can't with them. I absolutely cannot with them.
So way did corporate America, along with celebrity and multimillionaire Mariah Carey, mock the fact that people are striking, boycotting, and generally protesting the conditions under which we are all being strangled. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Comrades, we gotta work harder.
You are, in fact, losing your mind. Just not in the way that you think. Because, first of all, Americans are not striking. That's not a thing. You and your other unemployed friends on TikTok continuing to be unemployed is not a strike. It's just called you being unemployed. Like, is it a strike if you never had a job in the first place? And if you have no intention of going back to work ever? But then the idea that, like, yes, they were intending by joking about the elf striking because of the conditions in Santaville or whatever, they were intending to like shame and attack the working class in this country for not being subservient enough to the oligarchy. It's like, they really weren't. It was a joke about an elf, and elves aren't real. You do not, in fact, need to subject everything to your Marxist analysis, which is terrible and insane in its own right. But like, regardless, yeah, you do need to work harder in terms of not being crazy and not being infuriating. That would be a good start for left-wing activists, in my book at least, but they struggle with that concept.
I'm out. I saw that commercial, if you can call it that.
What are you gonna call it? She's like, I love how dramatic she is. She's cutting up her card. She's like, I'm out. If you can even call it a commercial. I love a dramatic bitch. Don't get me wrong. So I'm here for this one. I take everything negative back I said. I'm with you. I'm with her.
Yeah, that ad was tone deaf. Yeah, it was cringy, but above all else, that ad was mean as shit. This is just so many things, but you know what? Doesn't matter. Done. I'm officially breaking up with Sephora.
Did I like just miss how this ad was so viciously mean? Like it was just meant to be funny. She turned the elf into a pumpkin, or not a pumpkin, a snowman. It's like the whole thing is not serious. It was so mean. These people are made of bubble wrap. Like seriously, I almost pity them that they must have led such coddled and sheltered lives to actually be at the point where they can see an ad like that and somehow be scandalized by it or think it's mean. It's like, tell me you have no real problems without telling me, because I genuinely can't imagine fixing my mouth to get up there and be all worked up about this. Like, I'm out. 10 out of 10 for dramatic effect, I will say. But there's a little more to this as well. I think one is just another day that ends in Y. A dumb outrage on TikTok. These people are like offense archaeologists is a phrase I've heard. Like they go looking for tiny fragments to discover that they can manufacture into some sort of reconstructed outrage because it gets them attention. And then also because I think they're bored. The relative prosperity and comfort of modern life, actually. They want to cosplay repressed working class so bad, but actually, clearly, they are not too repressed and being worked to the bone if they have time to obsess over pointless, stupid crap like this all day. But then finally, I think there's a little bit of a deeper phenomenon here as well that applies not just to this story, but to social media and people getting worked up about stuff online as well. And that's that some people, and this is understandable to me, it is easier to focus on small, basically irrelevant, petty things, like a commercial that hurt your fifis or whatever, than it is to actually look in the face and think about or grapple with these serious problems plaguing the world, the constant inundation of our news feeds with death and despair and tragedy around the globe and even in our own country. I think there may be a psychological coping mechanism at play here where they want to fight against a commercial from a makeup company and like make TikTok essays about it. I literally saw one video that was really, really popular that was like 7 minutes long, dissecting the commercial frame by frame. I think to some extent, this is like true crime for woke people, or it's a hobby to them, getting offended for no reason. But then also I think it is to some extent a coping mechanism. And that might be why we've seen this particular kind of thing, I think, take off after Trump became president again. They're so unhappy with what's going on around them in the world, and they feel so powerless and helpless to change it all, that they're like, well, maybe we can bully a makeup company into apologizing for a totally anodyne commercial. Like, maybe that's it. Maybe psychologically they are coping by obsessing on tiny things they think they might actually be able to change or affect. And I'm not going to sit here and say that that's therefore they're right to crash out for no reason or to harass companies or smear them as like evil and mean when they're not. But it maybe makes it a little bit more understandable, and frankly leaves me feeling just kind of pity for some of these women more than anything else. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think in the comments. Do make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and all that.